Shirley.
As you know, I am Shirley Block, President ATU 757. And you're in luck this morning because I'm still in a good mood from the ATU annual picnic at the Blue Lake Park. It was an amazing feeling to be surrounded by hundreds of union brothers and sisters, their partners, children, and friends from all across the region and state together as one family to recognize and celebrate each other. Trimet management, of course, was invited, but didn't attend except for Doug Kelsey, and I want to publicly appreciate him for that. I really enjoyed the chance to get to know Doug and his lovely wife, Janet, a little bit better. Doug even called a few rounds of bingo, and I sincerely hope that relationship we started will grow. Please, if you get the opportunity, go on our website and look at the pictures of the faces and the friends and the fun that we were having that day. Well, let me level with you for just a second. As nice as it was, it seemed Doug and his wife on Sunday, for many people at the Trimet picnic who had been there as long as I've been at Trimet, it was kind of like a bittersweet reminder, the way things used to be. I truly appreciate Doug coming, but that was not a noble suggestion for other members of Trimet management to kind of follow along with what Doug did. It's time for us to stop fighting with each other and try to work together, because we really need to sit down and work together and just put the backstabbing and the fighting behind us. I'm ready to do it. I know the members of ATU are ready to sit down and work as a team. What I'm asking you today, Neil, is to, and I know Randy is not here. I understand he had a family member that passed away. Our condolences from ATU to Randy's family. But he needs to understand we need some resolution. And this is my attempt to come to you for the last time, Neil, to ask you and this board to let's work together. And I don't think that's asking too much. With that said, I'm gonna cut my speech short because I know Long Wind over here got a lot to say.
Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you, Shirley.
Good morning, President Warner and members of the board. I apologize, my voice is a little gravelly. That's the bonus of being the MC for that lovely picnic that our president just spoke about. My name is Jonathan Hunt, and I'm the Vice President of Amalgamated Transit Union Division 757. Like Shirley, I'm asking this unaccountable board for things that they can and should but won't do to improve labor management relations at Trimet. But also like Shirley, I'm not fighting for change. I care deeply about the safety of Trimet operators and mechanics and the quality of service they provide. So today, instead of being mad about the many problems we still face, I'm here to do you all a favor. I'm here to help you solve the growing staffing crisis at Trimet. Specifically, I'm going to tell you why you're having so much trouble recruiting and retaining new bus drivers. I'll let Mary speak after me about the other sides of the crisis and why so many people are now leaving or considering leaving Trimet. But before we talk about why people are walking out the door, let's talk about why fewer people are now walking in the door in the first place. I'm sure Randy Stedman has developed all sorts of tables and graphs and expensive opinions on this matter. We know he and others at Trimet are concerned about the insufficient staffing levels and have recently increased the starting wage for new drivers to make the job more attractive. We welcome the increase because pay is clearly one of the reasons Trimet is struggling to hire and retain enough drivers. However, pay isn't the main reason for the struggle. And Trimet's approach to the problem reveals the disconnect between management and its workers. The reason Trimet can't find drivers is that it has frustrated, insulted, and alienated the most effective recruiters in the history of this agency. Its current drivers and mechanics, For generations, the best, most reliable way for Trimet to recruit high-quality employees was word of mouth and informal vetting by its existing employees. Just like hundreds of other Trimet employees, this was personally the case for me. My father worked at Trimet and told me it was a great place to work. And the long and short, my brother and I both followed him in joining the agency, and decades later, we're both still here. And I can guarantee you that every single one of these union members in this room has recruited somebody to join Trimet, or at least they used to. When union members were treated with respect and dignity by management, we enthusiastically encouraged our friends and family and church and community members to work for Trimet. We recruited passengers who asked us about what it was like to work at Trimet and should they apply. I'll finish up. But now, because of the toxic culture and the fear and intimidation and distrust that has been created by people like Randy Stedman, drivers and mechanics no longer do that. In fact, we tend to do the opposite. When people express interest in working at Trimet, most of us tell them the sad new truth. We tell them that driving a bus or working as a mechanic is proud, important work that can be incredibly satisfying career. But Trimet itself is a terrible place to work. Look elsewhere. UPS is probably hiring because professional drivers are in a high demand everywhere. And this, more than anything else, is why Trimet is struggling. You created the culture, you created the crisis, and this culture, more than anything else, is what needs to change. Because nothing else will change until this is done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.